Bears, 99% in stables, waiting for $12,000 Bitcoin. I hope this is not you, Anon. What is happening? Bitcoin $61,000 US dollars? Altcoins not moving. Should you enter right now? Should you sell? Should you wait for a dump? It's so scary in the market right now, right? Imagine Bitcoin dumping from here. 20% correction, 30% correction. Altcoins will just go to absolute lows and you will get your ideal entry. Therefore, you should wait, right? You're the smartest kid on the block, just buying the correction. No one else is waiting for a correction on the marketplace. And once correction will start, everyone will be waiting till correction will hit a certain level, they will let you to buy, and only after that they will be buying themselves, right? No, not at all. Market follows Max Payne scenario. Your bear market PTSD keeps you poor. You're underexposed. You missed golden entries into the projects that had done 2x, 5x, 10x already just because of the fact you were waiting for 5% more correction. This is what's happening. And the more you wait, the higher is the chance you would be buying at the top. Just imagine being in the market before retail, before huge FOMO from boomers, and still being underexposed because you were waiting for that 10% additional correction in order to enter. And then you will feel that you did not make enough money yet because you entered late, and you will be holding and you will get wrecked. You will ride your back to absolute bottom, just waiting for this last 2x, this last 3x. I will tell you exactly what is happening. I will explain why we are moving up. I will tell you what will happen next. And I will tell you how you are failing your future self right now. Each and every one of you watching this video is actually doing that right now. I will also tell you one more time that we are still early, and I will explain you why. But the time is running out. Will you have enough conviction to act after it? Let's actually figure this out. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's start. Let's start with the most important thing. How's my PEPE loan doing, right? Plus $80,000 in 3 days. Nice. Let's move on. Okay, let's come back for a bit. We do see these corrections. We do see people selling here. We do see people selling here. If you sold PEPE, if you actually took profits, feel free to unsubscribe from this channel, block this channel, never watch any video of this channel moving forward. I have to ask, who are you people who are selling PEPE at this stage at 1 billion market cap? Imagine how hard bear market PTSD is still in you. Why you are selling PEPE after it only had done a 2x, 3x from the low. Imagine how low it is on the whole picture as well. And we see people selling right here. People were selling right here. Someone sold. Right here, someone sold. Right here, someone sold as well. Right here, someone was selling. Right here, someone sold, someone sold, someone sold. And right now, someone is also selling. Why are you selling PEPE? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why don't you like your future self so much? You have to love yourself. In order to love any person, anyone around you, you have to love and respect yourself first. Why you are making the life of your future self so hard. You were early. You were right. You entered PEPE at my call, maybe even later as well. Just hold. You don't have to sell. This is how each and every one of you is actually failing yourself in the future. You want to take profits after 2x, after 3x, because even despite the fact that you entered the market, you still are scared. You still feel fear because you don't understand what has happened, because the whole thing can just go to zero right away. because we will probably see a correction. We will probably see a correction soon, so you have to take this 2x profit and put it into this token that was not doing anything, that is not performing at all. You just have to take from your winners and put it into your losers and feel good about yourself and see your winner surging up and just see yourself losing money. That's something I actually just recently did with NQAI. I took $6,000 of profit from NQAI. $6,000 is actually less than the initial amount that I entered NQAI with on the 1st of January, when most of the world was sleeping with a hangover. Me, at 9 AM, I was researching NQAI and I entered NQAI. And then, right after I took this $6,000, I put it into some type of shitcoin that only had done 20-30% at this stage, right? And NQAI is surging up more. The worst thing that you can do is to take profits from your winners and put them into some of your losers. If the token is not performing yet, there should be a reason for that on the marketplace. You are not the smartest kid on the block. There are very, very smart people in the market with way more money, with way more capital, with network as well. And I'm talking about myself as well. I'm not the smartest kid on the block. We all have to understand these things. And we all have to understand that if you have a winner that is performing already, just sell your losers and buy your winner. On the correction, buy right now, it doesn't matter. If this thing is performing already, there is a high chance it will continue to perform, moving further in the cycle. Market shows you that this is something that the market is actually interested in. Why do you sell? Why do you take profits? What have happened? I will explain the logic that you actually might have in connection with this thing. And we will start with the question, why are we actually surging up? Are we surging up because we have crazy inflows from Bitcoin ETF? Are we surging up because we have a bunch of retail just throwing the funds into the market? Retail is not here. Bitcoin ETF inflows, yes, we have some, but I do tend to believe that the reason we are surging is because there were a bunch of shorts opened. And the only reason we are surging up is because shorts are getting liquidated, because bunch of people were waiting for a correction. They wanted to get in to buy lower. They were sure that we would actually be entering a correction, and right now they will most likely get wrecked, and I will specifically explain why. I do think that we might be getting the correction on Bitcoin, but altcoins at these levels, at these stages, where do you want them to correct? Where do you want them to go down? Did they actually surge? Is total 3 somewhere at the levels of BTC, close to the all-time high of total 3? No, it's very, very close to the lows. It's lagging for at least several months in comparison to BTC. Is this a Bitcoin-only cycle? And BTC will be the only thing that will be surging. So you should sell all your altcoins right away, buy Bitcoin, get your 50%, sell, and move out of the market. I don't know about you, but I'm not entering the market where all my money can go to zero any second in order to get 50%, in order to get 2x, in order to get 3x, in order even to get a 5x. Sell and leave. This is not the reason I'm on this market. And you need to understand for yourself, why are you on this market in the first place? What is your goal? If you want to do a 2x and exit and take profit and re-enter, crazy. Let me show you something. Crypto funding. Right now we do see that the crypto funding at 0.05 for BTC. You might say it's quite high, but generally speaking, in comparison with all the madness that we had at the tops of previous cycle, it's very, very low. A very interesting thing that just yesterday this funding was at 0.01. You know why? Because we still had a bunch of shorts opened. And the main reason of why we're moving up currently is because these shorts are getting liquidated. We don't have retail on the market yet. We don't have crazy inflows from Bitcoin ETFs as well. Boomers, they don't feel FOMO yet. They will feel FOMO once BTC will reach 100k. At 100k, if we would actually reach 100k this cycle, and I think we will, something crazy should be happening. One other thing that I actually wanted to show, why are you so not confident in your crypto assets, in the asset of your choice, in the asset where you basically put money, the market you are following, because we are still very, very early. People who would watch this video now, you are still very, very early. We don't have a lot of people in the marketplace currently. We simply don't. S&P 500, stocks for boomers. Do you actually know that stocks were similar to crypto at the start of the previous century? I do believe this is something that is actually happening currently. Stocks were quite similar in terms of the movements, in terms of the market at the start of the previous century. Right now, we have crypto instead of it. And probably in 100 years, we would have something different, but quite similar, because human psychology does not change and humans will always be looking to make some money as well. The reason I'm showing you S&P 500 is because we clearly see new all-time high here. And what do we have on BTC? We don't have new all-time high on BTC. Why do you think that your asset of choice should not print all-time high if the stock market actually showed all-time high? It's very simple and stupid logic, but the same liquidity flow that you basically have in stock market, you also have in crypto. And once stock market will top, once people would be looking to redistribute their assets, maybe from higher valuation companies to lower valuation companies as well, some of them, they would be looking in different asset classes. And some of them, they would be entering crypto as well. Why do you think if stocks had printed a new all-time high in election year in the US with a high possibility of money printing as well, why do you think that the asset of your choice is not going to print all-time high as well? It doesn't make sense at all. Speaking about your altcoins, right? Because right now, a lot of people say like, if we are getting like 20% correction on BTC, altcoins, they will just dump like to zero, like crazy. No, you don't understand how many people are actually still sidelined. You don't understand what type of emotions and what types of feelings they're actually experiencing. Imagine yourself just following the market for 1 year, for 2 years, thinking that you are the smartest person. And then you're not buying at 20k, you're not buying at 23, at 25, at 27, at 30k, at 35, at 40, at 45, at 50, at 55, at 60k Bitcoin, you're not buying because you're smartest kid on the block, right? They will just eat any dip, especially on altcoins, like crazy. They would just throw so much money into the marketplace just to get exposure because so many people are still underexposed at these levels. And the reason I'm actually telling you that you are still early in terms of the altcoins, we can compare the chart of the BTC, right? We are very, very close to all-time highs. We obviously expect this cycle to go to a new all-time high for BTC as well, like way higher, 100k, 150k, 200k. Some people are saying about 700k. We will see what future will bring to us. But in terms of the altcoins, we are not even at these support/resistance levels. BTC right now is somewhere here, is somewhere at this stage pretty much. What is this move actually? Let us actually check out this move. From here to here, right? 70% move up in the market cap, in the whole altcoin market cap at this stage. Do you understand what type of move it will actually be? Do you understand how much catching up altcoins actually have to do to reach the levels of BTC? Do you understand what type of move we are actually expecting? Where altcoins can dump? I actually do have a question. What is the reason for the market to provide you with an option to buy lower? What is the reason for the founders, for the founding teams, for the market makers, for the manipulators, for the VCs on the market to provide you with an option to buy lower as well? Why do you expect 40 to 50% correction from these levels? So you can buy lower and actually surge up after that? Of course, market works exactly like this. And there are no people on the market looking to buy the dip exactly as you are. There are no people on the market that are underexposed, that are sidelined, they would want to get into something and they're waiting for a correction as well. There is absolutely no person on the market like this at this stage, right? Because no one understands that we are in the election year, because no one understands that we will have a Bitcoin halving as well, because no one understands that there is a high chance for money printing this year as well, because no one understands that S&P 500 already had done a new all-time high, and BTC most likely should repeat it as well. Altcoins, total 3, have 30% move right now to catch up, at least to catch up to BTC. 30% move for the whole market of the altcoins. And following rotations of the liquidity, it's not going to be the case where all of the altcoins are just surging up 70%. It's going to be the case where it will be one narrative after another, after another, after another, and each of them will be surging up one by one. This way, each of them will be doing a bunch of access in the process, because people would be just rotating capital from one thing to another, to another, to another, getting wrecked in the process on some things as well, playing the classic rotator game. If you're putting your money into the market that can go to zero at any moment, you need to understand your upside and your downside as well. I'd say your upside is unlimited. Your downside, 50%, 60% max. You probably won't be able to earn enough if you're entering currently, if these are like no ideal entry points, but no one knows the future and we might be just surging from these levels, right? But still, you will be at least exposed. And as we expect the bull market, you will probably, most likely, make money as well. It's quite hard not to make money in the bull market, right? Even with large correction, upside is unlimited. And altcoins, I would say they don't have much space at this stage to correct heavily. I do think we should be catching up to S&P 500 and on top of it, altcoins catching up to BTC in the first place, which is not happening currently at all. This is not happening at this stage. I do see a desire to enter lower currently is this game of saving money versus making money, right? Because you might be waiting for like 20, 30, 40% correction. Obviously, it's going to be the entry point. And if your token is going to do a bunch of access, entry point is very, very important. And each 10% actually matters. But overall, in the full picture, the risk to stay out of the market I see is higher in this stage than essentially just to enter into the market. And coming back to an analogy, you can only save a certain amount of money, but you can make unlimited amount of money. Therefore, it's always better to focus on making money. Don't let your PTSD from bear market underperform. We are not at 30K, we're not at 40K, we're not at 50K. BTC is at $60,000. A lot of altcoins, they are still lagging heavily. We just had a drop that showed levels for the altcoins that we saw back in January, November, December for some of them, which is just crazy good opportunity to actually be entering into them. Classic leverage flash. And I think one of the important things that a lot of you are doing currently due to this bear market PTSD as well, and yourself in the future, you would actually treat yourself very, very badly because of something that you're doing currently. And I think what you're doing currently is taking profits after 2x's and 3x's. We kind of saw this on PEPE as well, and I don't think it's something that you should be doing. I think it's very, very bad at this stage of the market to actually be doing that on the place that you are confident in, on the place that you think will perform. I do think that we should start taking profits closer to the top of the market, where the market will be showing the signals of the top. Did you actually have anyone reaching out and asking you, wow, BTC just made 60K, how great is that? 0 people out of crypto ask me that. We are not at the top of the cycle at all at this stage. We are not. Taking profits currently only if you reached your goal already. In any other case, I would just be holding. I was not taking profits on any of my positions. I'm just holding. You take this profit and you're looking to position these profits into the projects that didn't run yet. So you understand that the market should be running, but at the same time, you're taking profits on your winners and you are adding them into your losers, which is so crazy to me. It only makes sense at this stage to rotate a bit of profits into the projects that had run recently. If the project didn't run in October, for example, and you're rotating some profits into this type of projects, you need to understand and you need to think very carefully. Why? Why this thing is not running yet? It's very important. And the same thing we have with gaming tokens, IMAX and Playable, right? Just as an example, we do see that on IMAX we had these large two highs. Second high is larger than the first one. On Playable, which is way lower market cap, we only had first high and the second one we did not print yet. So I would at least expect to have something similar on IMAX, because when I was sharing AI video and when I was stating that AI tokens are dead, you could have an option. You actually saw that all of the AI tokens charts, they basically just repeat each other because we were closer to the end of the narrative. Right now, in gaming, we still yet to see liquidity flow to low caps. We still yet to see the return of the Alex Becker with his videos as well, and other gaming influencers too. I do tend to believe it's going to run well. But I also have to tell you something. You probably do not understand that the most performing tokens, most performing projects of this cycle are going to be the picture of the frog and the picture of the bear. And they will outperform your fundamental projects with investors, with teams, with guys with PhDs, with 5 exits, with multi-million dollars portfolio in crypto, with a bunch of knowledge, picture of a frog and picture of the bear. They will outperform each and every project. And imagine yourself taking profits on picture of the frog and picture of the bear already, this early, and rotating into fundamental stuff that will do way less access, way less multipliers than the picture of the frog and the picture of the bear. You need to understand energy in life. You need to understand how much energy is produced when you're putting a certain amount of energy into something. Imagine the amount of energy that you're putting into something like Atom, or maybe Arbitrum even, right? You have the teams, you have protocols, you have TVLs, you have marketing, you have partnership, you have investments, you have CEOs, you have chief market officer, you have VAs, you have different project managers, QAs, people specialists, HR staff, and all this energy of these people is actually focused on this project in order to pump this token so early investors and VCs can actually dump on the faces of retail. And imagine what type of energy actually putting into Bobo, into PEPE, and what type of multipliers you're actually getting out. You post memes, you make sure that these things will be on the exchanges. Do you have to do anything else? You can find a market maker. I don't believe market maker would need to do like a complex job as well, because a community of these memes, they will basically just do the whole work. Imagine what is the multiplier on the energy input and these proper blue chip tokens in comparison to the things like Arbitrum. Imagine how easy it is to just post a meme on Twitter and get a bunch of buys, then share the news on new partnership with this great company. Everything in crypto is a meme. If it won't be a meme, it won't be going down 90% in the bear market. Everything is a meme. Get out of your bear market PTSD and actually make money. I do have one of the strategies to share on how you can do that. Wow, plus $14,000 when I was recording this video on the picture of the frog, right? And you sold. You sold here, you were selling here, you were selling here, someone was selling here as well. Nice. So the strategy that you might use, if you are underexposed, if you feel that things, they move too much, what you actually need to do, you have to basically acquire more profits for smaller movements. Does it make sense? You need to get more profits if the token actually went up 20%. And there is a thing, there is actually a tool in order to do that, called leverage, right? Now, you have to be very careful. The worst thing that you might do in the bull market is actually losing your liquidity. I'm just showing what I've done. I think that it will most likely age well because these are conservative longs and essentially my liquidations, my deleverage prices are lower than the all-time lows for these tokens. So I will only get liquidated if they will print a new all-time low. And it's very conservative. And I do actually have margin for both of these things to double the margin. And I will get my deleverage price at the absolute bottom, like 0% that I will get liquidated. I will only be paying funding fees. I basically just paid $70 a day already on both of them, which is crazy. But this is the price, right? We have the projects like Manta, we have the projects like Pixel as well. Let me actually show you the charts. Manta is Ethereum layer 2. We do have this narrative of Ethereum surging up and things happening on Ethereum as well. It actually launched in January. It had a surge up, then it went down, then it basically consolidated for quite some time. Why I do like to enter this type of thing. It's a new project. We see that the fully diluted is 2.9 billion. There is definitely a manipulation planned. I actually have some private information because I was speaking with several engineers from the company yesterday and I figured out that one of them was actually trying to fundraise some money for his blockchain projects like blockchain platform in Dubai, right? And investors told them that we are not interested in certain type of platform. We are interested in layer 1 or layer 2 solutions. It's very interesting. I do believe that a bunch of these layer 2 solutions, they're just long-term cash grabs from the retail. And the reason I can say that is because my channel is still small at this stage. No one will know about it. No one will tell anyone about it. But it's there are just too many of them. There will not be enough liquidity. But if essential liquidity will be rotating from one L2 to another, to the third one, this way, they will definitely have the option to take the profits on each and every one of them. These are long-term VCs, cashbacks from basically retail. And I understand the game. I'm willing to participate in the game as well. I'm essentially entering the long. Here we have the narrative of Ethereum layer 2. I do believe Altcoins has a huge catch-up to do. It's quite a large market cap for me to buy spot at this stage. So I'm entering a conservative long position, which definitely protects me from the market going down as well, because this token basically need to show new all-time lows for me to get liquidated. The second thing is Pixel. Pixel is also a new game, new launch, quite nice by itself. It actually quite playable as well. You can just launch the game, you can play. It's very similar to DeFi Kingdoms as well. And DeFi Kingdoms was just surging like crazy in the last cycle. It has 400 million market cap, 2.7 billion fully diluted, 50% tokens of do you know how easy is it to pump 50% of tokens in the circulation for the market maker and for the founding team of the project? And you have to follow the narratives as well. Why I entered something connected to Ethereum and something connected to gaming actually, because we have Ethereum narrative playing out and I do expect for the gaming narrative to start playing out quite soon as well. It's very straightforward here as well. Working product, new project as well. My liquidation is at all-time lows for the project. I basically need 0.37 to get liquidated. And if we would reach something like 0.45, I would just add $7,000 more margin, which would basically get my position down to 0.2. Enormous numbers. Numbers that we would most likely never see. I do also like these projects quite nicely because these are new shiny objects, they are following the narratives, they are from this cycle as well, therefore they should be doing quite well. They have manipulators, market makers, large fully diluted, low circulating supply, exactly playbook of VCs, cash out of the phases of retail, right? I hope you would understand my thesis. I still have stable coins on the side, I'm not fully into the market currently, but I do think it's a great time to buy altcoins. They have so much catch up to do to the current price of BTC and people are selling altcoins currently and buying Bitcoin. Imagine what is happening. Imagine how they're playing. Imagine the strengths of the PTSD of the bear market, right? They're just crazy. That is crazy what is happening. Think for yourself, check out the charts, understand what is happening and act. Make a decision. You still have some time but the time is running out. And longs are also a nice way to get exposure into these tokens as well. If you believe they will surge, if they have done some excess already, conservative longs are always quite good. If you want to trade with me, feel free to sign up on BitGet Exchange, first link in the comment, and if you want to support the channel as well. Thank you very much. I hope this information was very, very helpful. Please think on these things, rewatch the video 2-3 times. It's very, very important. You are making a decision currently that would heavily influence the life of your future self. And it can influence the life of your future self very, very well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.